Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome if you're new here. If you are new and this is the first video you're clicking on of mine, hi, my name is Shan from HomeWithShan over on Instagram and this is baby George. George is 7 months old now. I can't believe it. It feels like yesterday I did his 6-month update. If you haven't seen that, by the way, I'll link it down below. I've done updates every month since he was 4 months old, I think. So yeah, check out those if you haven't seen them before. But yeah, let's get into George's 7-month update. I feel like there's so much to tell you about. Yeah, George wants to tell you all as well. So I guess the main changes from when George was 6-month-old is basically that he is eating more, drinking less and sleeping less. So he's having 3 solid meals a day now. We're doing a mixture between purees, baby-led weanings, or stage 2 weaning, whatever he can eat that's safe, basically I'm giving to him. He loves feeding himself though, so baby-led tends to be the way that we try and go throughout the day, but sometimes I do just give him some porridge or something like that in the mornings, but he's loving food basically. So 3 meals a day, plus probably a dessert at dinner time. I'll be doing a what my 7-month-old eats in a day video. Literally my next video is going to be that, so watch out for that one. But because he's been eating, he's literally trying to escape. There you go, you can go down there if you want. Because he's been eating 3 meals a day now, he has cut down to 3 bottles a day, down from 4, so he's having 3 7-ounce bottles a day, which is slightly less than he was having, but obviously he's getting all the nutrients he needs from the food as well, so it's like that nice balance. And probably a mixture because of that and his age and everything, he's actually napping less as well. So on an average day, he's having 2 naps, 1 hour nap and 1 hour nap and then 1 2-hour nap roughly. Sometimes, depending on the day, if he's tired, he'll have another like cat nap at the end, maybe like 30 minutes or something like that. But yeah, that's sort of the main changes that George has been having since he turned 7 months old. In terms of what he's eating literally anything you give him. He has his favourites, but he hasn't turned down anything that we've offered him so far. He eats things like butternut squash risotto, tuna pasta he really likes. I don't even like tuna, so I'm really glad that he does. I don't want him to be like a fussy eater or anything. I know that that will come. I'm sure he'll get to that point, but so far so good. He's loving things like olives. Like I cut them up into really thin slices so they're really easy for him to swallow, and he loved them. I love olives, so I'm really glad he likes those. His all-time favourite thing that I've given him is just plain yogurt. The first time I gave it to him, he pulled the funniest face because it was obviously quite sour. It's like full-fat plain Greek yogurt, and he was like, oh my god, what is this? But since then he's like lapping it up. He absolutely adores it, so yogurt's a favourite of his. But yeah, I'd say probably of his meals, butternut squash risotto is definitely his favourite. Like he eats every single last scrap of that. He puts his hands into that. I give it to him on a spoon. He feeds himself with a spoon. Like it just depends on the day, I think. He's also finally drinking water from his cup really well, and I've noticed a massive difference. He's definitely drinking the water a lot more than he used to. So he's drinking from the Tommy Tippy sippy cup, and he's really like mastered it pretty much. He holds it really well, like he would with his man bottles. He holds the water really well. He sips it when he needs a drink. So I'm just really impressed with him. Honestly, like a month ago he was like all over the shop with it, and now he actually knows how to hold the cup and drink from it. So yeah, it just goes to show how quickly these things can develop. He is fully sitting up properly, like absolutely. I have no issues. Even if he were to wobble, he would either balance himself back out, like put his hand out and figure out how to balance himself, or he would, instead of falling like he used to, he would sort of put his hand out and then sort of lean, if that makes sense. So I'm really confident with leaving him sitting up. I don't really feel like I've got to put cushions around him or anything like that. Obviously if he was on like a hard floor, then maybe. But he's doing pretty well, aren't you, darling? Should we put you on the floor? Do you want to go have a little sit down over there? Hey? I don't know if you can see him in the camera, but I've just popped him down there to play with his teddies because he was getting a bit fidgety. That is another thing, to be fair. He is really fidgety now. He is teething like mad, so that doesn't help. He gets really hot in the face. Like his cheeks go really bright red. He's got 2 bottom teeth really almost poking through. They're like they're so close. Literally in the next couple of days, I'm pretty sure they're gonna cut through. But it feels like they've been there for so long. But yeah, his two bottom teeth, he's almost there. He's almost got teeth. And my little baby, my little gummy bear is gonna be soon gone. He, yeah, is really, really teething. So he's getting really fussy. He's also really clingy, and I think that's either a teething thing, an age thing, I'm not really sure. But when it comes to putting him down in his cot, he'll go down into his cot, put him into his sleeping bag like we always would. And then he literally, as soon as I walk out of the door, he starts screaming. And it's like that, he's never ever done that before. Like, if he's, obviously he's cried and stuff, but like he's never screamed like that. And it's definitely a comfort thing or an attachment thing. I mean, I don't really know, but yeah, he's just going through that little stage at the moment. I'm really hoping that's a stage and not the new norm, but I'm sure that will pass. In George's 6 months update, I told you guys that he was rolling from, if he was on his front, he would roll to his back, but he couldn't yet go from his back to his front, and now he's fully doing both. And the only reason I think that he... Did you see that? I don't know if he fell, and if he did, he's not making a fuss of it, or if he just tried to do that himself. I'll come and sit on the floor with you, baby. Yeah? So yeah, George can roll from front to back to front, and I'm pretty sure that he is just doing that when he wants to get something. So if he had a toy on the floor, or if I had my phone like anywhere near him, or a camera or something, he's obsessed. Anything black, it seems he is like obsessed with. So TV remote controls, cameras, phones, watches, anything that's black, he is all over. And it must just be the contrast, but he's obsessed with it. Yeah, he's doing this thing with his mouth. He's like, constantly, and he started doing this thing with his tongue where he's like this, and I'm pretty sure that that is him feeling his teeth, his gums, where the teeth are coming through. It must be such a strange sensation for them. So yeah, I've just noticed a few new things that George is just doing, things that he's never had before, and he's just all of a sudden coming out with. Sometimes in the cot, I have noticed now that he's rolling onto his side, so he's like a side sleeper, and then he'll flop back and like do the classic arms up baby stance. He has once rolled onto his front, and I woke up in the night because my baby monitor was unplugged and it ran out of battery, and it beeps at you when it does that. I woke up because I'd obviously not plugged it in, and then I looked at him and he was like on his front, and oh my gosh, I literally was so scared, didn't know what to do. I went in, he was absolutely fine. I didn't know whether to turn him back because I didn't want to wake him up. But I ended up turning him back and he didn't wake up, bless him. But I was just like, I didn't know what to do. And then I kind of thought, you know what, I know that he's strong enough. Babies sleep on their front from birth sometimes. I know that it's not technically the guidelines, but a lot of mothers and fathers choose to do that with their kids. And actually looking back, I think if he did it again, I probably wouldn't. Thank you. Looking back, I probably wouldn't do that. I probably would leave him, and because I'm confident that George is strong enough to, you know, lift himself up if he was struggling or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know though, I really freaked out at the time. As you can probably tell, throughout this video, I'm sure George will do it a few times, he is constantly doing that baby talk, babbling, going ba ba ba, or blah blah blah, or whatever. I feel like a couple of times I have heard him go mama mama or da 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 da, but it is definitely baby talk. He's not doing it on purpose, I know that for a fact. He's definitely just sort of chatting away to himself and all that kind of thing. I mean, I feel like we're not at the point where he's said the words yet, but he's definitely almost getting there, so we will see. You can also tell, look at his little red cheek at the moment, you can see that he's really struggling with teething because that is so red, isn't it? Yeah? I'm gonna bring him a bit closer. One of George's favourite things to do is scream at things randomly. His Hoover, my Hoover, the Hoover is his favourite thing to scream at. He'll literally scream at it if it's even just on charge on the wall. But if I'm using it, oh my goodness, he is literally... Oh, where are you going now, darling, hey? You love running off, don't you? He's just so squirmy. He's just a squirmy little wormy, aren't you? Yeah, he's just so wiggly, he just wants to do things all the time, but he's not quite at the stage where he can crawl or go anywhere. Like, he has rolled, like he can move, if that makes sense. Like, so if I put something somewhere, if I put him down and then just left him to his own devices, obviously like supervising him, he would move like almost across the entire room. I don't know how. He's not crawling. It's like a mixture between rolling, twisting, turning, all that kind of thing. But he can definitely move if he puts his mind to it. It's just really funny to see like where he starts and then where he ends up. But yeah, it's really crazy that he can actually make his way across a room right now. So it's definitely past the point of leaving him to his own devices in a room or whatever. I definitely have to start thinking about baby proofing, which is so scary. Need baby gates. Oh gosh, I need so many things, guys. If you've got any tips for baby proofing, then please let me know, because that's something that I'm definitely gonna have to do really soon. George's hair is well and truly back. His hair fell out around like 4 to 5 months old, and then he had like a massive bald patch and it was really fine and everything, and all of a sudden it's just shot back. You can see he's not gonna like look at the camera because he's not interested, are you? Anyway, he's got a lot of hair. It's growing and growing and growing. It's still quite fair. I don't know whether it's gonna stay that color, if it's gonna go a little bit darker maybe, but his eyes are still well and truly bright blue. I don't know if he's gonna look at the camera. He's gonna be obsessed. There you go. His eyes are still really bright blue, which is so lovely. I feel like I really want them to stay that way, I'm not gonna lie. He's such a little wiggler. He's such a little wiggler. His hand-eye coordination and his like pincer grip and his like fine motor skills and stuff are so good, so much better than I expected them to be at his age. I don't know whether that it's the norm or whatever, but I didn't expect him to be able to do the things that he can do as well just yet. So I don't know where you're trying to go, love. He's just on the floor touching my phone. So yeah, yeah, he can do so many things that I didn't expect him to do. So he's really good with like picking things up like this, which I just didn't think they would. I still kind of thought they would grab at things, but so grapes he's really good at picking up. Just cups, so like little like stacking cups and things, he's really good at picking those up, like pincer grip. Yes, his fine motor skills, he's really good with his eyesight as well. Like he will spot this necklace a mile away and grab it. That's another thing actually, grabbing. He is grabbing everything. But yeah, I'm just gonna move him down again. There we go. You can just see how like inquisitive he is. He's always picking things up. He can't just sit still now, like he wants to be doing things and just touching things, putting everything in his mouth. Obviously, like I said, he is teething like mad. But yeah, I am really glad that I get to do these sort of updates, and like I look back on his 4-month update and I'm like, how much has he changed? I can't believe it. I know that he's not in this one very much, but hopefully I'll be able to put a few overlays and things over the top, because he is not a fan of just sitting still and sitting with mummy anymore. It's just not something. Look, where is he going? Look at this. He used to love sitting at the camera. He would just look and stare. And now he's like, where are my toys? Give me stuff. Okay, bye. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna have to go because George is running off. He's playing with his baby monitor. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you like these kind of update videos. They're more for me, to be honest, to look back on in years to come. I absolutely love doing them. I really recommend doing some sort of log, whether that's a diary or taking pictures or videos or whatever you want to do, to remember these precious times, because okay, he's just rolled over, because they are so precious and they change so quickly. And I know that's such a cliche, but it's so true. I literally can't believe that 3 months ago George was 4 months old and now he's 7 months old, and the contrast between those ages is so significant. So yeah, I really recommend logging them if you can. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch up with you in the next one, which is going to be what my 7-month-old eats in a day. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Say bye, George. Bye. Bye, guys.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.